Just a little garden update. Radish here in this row. Next to it, there is spinach, and here on this side is lettuce. Past that, there are a couple of rows of garlic and tomatoes in the center, different kinds. There's the celery from the store that are just stuck in there, and some onions. These are purple onions. These are squash. Cucumbers go through here. And here's pumpkin. One coming up. And with that. In the next bed, onions across that side. Through the middle we have some garlic next to the onions. Have nothing really sprouting in the middle yet. There should be, or will be, tomatoes on this end and bell peppers from that stick on. There's the purple bells there. And closer to me there's a row of garlic. Here you can see that. And then even closer there's my lone and sad watermelon plant. The rest ended up like that. Along here we have spaghetti squash. There's one coming up. There's another. There's another. Here's another. Further this way we have cantaloupe. One onion transplant hanging out. Cantaloupe transplants all passed. They didn't make it. So I'm hoping that the seeds will come up in the next week. So I do like cantaloupe. And in the next bed, I have the onion transplants. Sorry, garlic transplants. This in this bed. And I will put a lot more here, but I'm not entirely decided yet. Definitely be some greens. Probably something taller in the center. Maybe more tomatoes because we really enjoy tomatoes. And here we have onions around the outside. The squash didn't make it. And I placed a pineapple top from pineapples from the store right in the center there. I had this in water for a few days while it was too cold outside, and before I transplanted it, and that's when it started yellowing the way it is. So we'll see if it takes root. And cross our fingers, I guess. And here we have these 3 zucchini plants surrounded by garlic And onions. These are Walla Walla sweet onions. Over here in this clump waiting to be transplanted are green onions. There's my thornless raspberry bush from my mother. There's thorns at the bottom, and that's it. Excited for this one because it dried up entirely last year. Thought I'd lost it, but I kept it around, and here it is. We have parsley here, and down there coming up. Some of what's, I don't have a whole lot left actually in the ground. The parsley is in the ground. All these boards holding down the black fabric. Over here I have a little bit of garlic left in the ground still. Just there. And then comfrey, which is leaned over with the tremendous amounts of rain we've been having. It's very stormy. Way more than normal. And looks like the bane of the garden there. Little morning glory is coming up through it. Have to get that. Here we have heritage raspberries, which look like they are fruiting or flowering. These are cool, but very small berries. They are 100 times more than what was there last year. So that's the same for all the berries. See here. Get these. So this is a different kind. I forget. But I've named it on previous videos, so you can check there if you want to be sure. There are the bees pollinating, and I appreciate that. And then over there are blackberries and the strawberries in the bucket. Let's go see them. Okay, so got the blackberries there. You can see that they're doing very well. Very thick. And strawberries here. Have some berries developing. Seem to be doing all right. Some that have come to the ground. Looks like the blackberries are overtaking everything. Hey, at least I know I can transplant those wherever needed. And these are thornless blackberries, which is amazing to me. I didn't know they had thornless blackberries, but look at that. Gorgeous. Look at these taller stalks. Amazing. I'm very happy with that. I'll probably share some transplants from like over here where it's further away with my brother. Looks like we have some clover back here. Some big clover. Well, then we'll go across and take a peek at the mint. Okay, over here we've got a little more green onion and have the mint. You can tell it's doing quite well. Coming over this way, a little bit of garlic there in the ground, but really over here it's just there as a insect deterrent more than anything, and I need to trim the grasses around the edibles here. I have some mint, a little bit of garlic and green onion here in this pot, which lots of mint, which I can just give to my brother. He's just into a new place on a plot of land about 3 times what I'm sitting on, so that'll give him the advantage. But just got there and it's this point in spring, so glad to help him out. Get a little boost. Anyways, and this is a spearmint. Eventually, I'd like to get some different kinds of mint, but I'm content with this for now. It fulfills my uses, which is an occasional add to food or a tea, mint tea, added to other herbal teas often. And so that's all there is for now. Also letting this mint be here where the ivy was, next to the yard, where if it grows beyond its place it'll just get mowed. And so that's how it is. So that's my garden update. Thanks for joining me, and please share and reference your own gardens. Look forward to everyone growing and eating and enjoying their overall gardening, home gardening experience, or community gardening experience, whatever you get the chance to do. Again, there's an overall view, and eventually I will have a trellis that runs the length of, if not more, those first two beds that direction. And I might have it run the length of all three, but certainly those first two that are closest to the fence, this one and that one, the full length will be a trellis tunnel. It loops over. I might not do it with this, well, definitely trellis, but maybe not so intensely, but we'll see. Not sure. Just want to make sure that there is plenty of stability, and with that one and the garden being in a triangular shape here, it would come out into the yard if I were to fully support it like I will the one that's further in, because it'll probably loop over to around where that tarp, the blue tarp is. It's covering the rest of the compost. And then I can put more beds on the other side. But that, if you notice along this edge, right along here, of those beds, I have all climbing or vining plants, and so I'm going to make a big trellis instead of going along the wall like I did last year, or just straight up like the year before. And then I'll support the tomatoes and bush plants through the center. I can add support just like I have on the corners there, and do a Florida weave or something along those lines. But it's going to help me get some vertical and enjoy it, and create a shady area as well, under which we can sit and eat and have a good spot to grow some leafy greens that are sun sensitive. Sorry, this bird just flew up there. He's pretty cool. Got a big long tail, but I don't know what he is. Don't know that much about birds these days. Always showing a little wildlife when I get the chance. If you know what kind he is, let me know. If you can identify that. Sorry, I'm pretty wiggly on Zoom. Looks pretty big. It's pretty big. Usually around here the biggest thing is a dove. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed the extra visitor. Well, please share your comments that occur to you, especially if you've done something that I'm talking about, I'm considering, like a trellis tunnel with vegetables. I'm hoping that there'll be a non-sticky trellis to sit under and eat in the shade. And thanks for watching. Please like the video, share it with someone who you think might like it, and subscribe to my channel, that helps. Thank you much, and have happy gardening.